It's Stinka here on Stinka Style. Come along with me and do some stuff with your face and your hair. It's Stinka. Hello, hello. My friend Karina asked me to do some simple and cute hairstyles. Let's see what we can do, and let me know if y'all have any others you want me to try. I am not an expert. I can't even French braid. I can get like 3 willy wops into a French braid and then I lose my mind and can't remember how to do it. But that's why I have a mannequin head, so I can practice. So I'm just going to do some stuff not including any kind of French braiding because I don't know how to do it. One of the things Karina asked me, and that you might want to know as well, is how I do my bang poof. As you might see, my hair is a little oily right now. I wash my hair maybe every 3 days, and that is when the bottom of my hair actually starts to behave and it's not so frizzy and out of control. But that's also the same time that the top part of my head gets really oily and separate-y and not really conducive to a good poof, because if I just pinned it back now, I mean, I could probably, you know, get away with it, but it doesn't look quite as good. So we're going to use my secret weapon, which is dry shampoo. So it's not too secret, but it seems to work really well and give you a lot of volume. And just in case you didn't know, there are some colored dry shampoos. So if you have really dark hair like mine, or even darker, there are like brunette and black pigmented dry shampoos. I've seen them at Sally's. I don't know if they have them like at Ulta and other, I know they don't have them in drugstores, I've looked, but I don't know about any other beauty type stores, but for sure they are at Sally's, and they are more expensive, as you can imagine. And I can usually get away with the regular dry shampoo, especially in this part, because you know, it's colored and it's not brown per se. But I can use it on the rest of my hair and just rub it in, and I'll show you that, but just rub it in and it goes away. So you'll be okay even if you don't want to spring for the extra colored dry shampoo. So I've used a couple. This one is Treseme's Fresh Start dry shampoo. I've used Suave. I've used if you hadn't heard of that one. I haven't really identified that one is really spectacularly better than the other, and so just go with the cheap one and you'll be okay. We're going to put quite a bit in. We're going to shake it up. Shaking is important. You'll probably want to shake it, you know, real good to start with, and then you'll even want to shake it in between sprays as well. So go ahead, get it all up in there. Separate it, get it in there, get it all up in there. Pretty, right? Get it all up on those roots. And we're just going to comb it out a little bit. You can already tell I'm getting some great volume. And I can't see myself in the mirror because the camera's blocking. Combing it out sometimes is good enough to get the dry shampoo whiteness out, or sometimes just use the heat of your fingers to rub it all in and get it dispersed. I'm just using a regular, somewhat wide tooth comb. Now I want even more volume in here. I'm going to spray a little bit more. Just a good look. Don't forget to shake. And see, look how not oily they look. And then just pin them back like you normally would. Look, I don't have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything to tease it, to do anything to, like, you know, get it to not separate. All I did was, you know, put my hand there and look, it's perfect. Just take some bobby pins and pin it there. Of course, you can use bumpets. Those little plastic things that you can stick in there to give you a nice bump. I have used those before. They kind of like to travel around a little bit and doesn't want to stay put, so I don't like to use them. Or of course you can tease it, just back comb it, and that'll give you some nice lift. But hey, if you don't have to tease your hair, teasing is just mean. So you don't want to damage your hair if you don't have to. So just spray with hairspray. I also use this Tresemme hairspray. It is extra hold. I use this pretty much anytime I need to use hairspray for whatever look I'm going for. It works well. I'm not going to spray it right now, my bangs, because I don't know, I might end up wanting to do something different with them. So, but you get the point. Once you get them right where you want them, spray them down, make sure they don't go nowhere. So the first look would be something I learned pretty recently, is the rope twist, I believe is what it's called. I didn't know that it was even necessarily possible, because logic tells you that if you're just twisting your hair like so, that as soon as you let it go, it's just gonna come right out. The trick is if you twist each part in between, twist in between the twist, then it will actually stay. So I haven't tried this yet. I've been wanting to, and I feel that this is the perfect opportunity to do so. I'm going to try not to use too much gel because I'll be trying a couple of different things, but I would definitely recommend gel, especially if you want a more sleeker look and don't want your flyaways and little hairs poking out everywhere. Until you get the hang of it, it's probably best if you go ahead and put all your hair in a ponytail, because it just makes it easier to work with. You're not having to grasp as hard at the hairs you're trying to get to. The rope twist can be a little tricky. Split your hair into 2 equal sections, and I am going to twist my 2 strands to the right. So to my right, twist, twist, twist. You don't have to go all the way down, but give yourself a good start. Go ahead and do the other one, but to the right in the same direction. So I'm doing both to the right. And once you've got those, twist them over the opposite direction. So since I was twisting both strands to the right, we're now going to twist them over to the left of each other. Twisting down a good ways has given me also a good reminder of which way I'm twisting the hair. To the right, but twist over to the left. To the right, over to the left. Keep twisting the hairs. Oopsie, I started to let go and almost forgot which way I was twisting, because it does get a little confusing. So, to the right, cross over, again, this will look a lot sleeker if I had gel or some other kind of smoothing lotion or other agent. So if I was doing this to go out, I would probably do that. I'm just going to lean back, lean back, lean back, so y'all can see this. And then just tie it off with a hair tie of your choosing. And I think it's a nice twist. A nice twist, you get it? A nice twist on a braid. So instead of just having your normal braid, you have this nice, what's called a rope braid. The Topsy tail, yeah, I'm sure y'all have heard of it. Maybe you haven't heard of it by that name, but that was the little doohickey that they were selling to help people do this. But basically, you don't need one. Just loosen up your beginning here, because we're going to be flip-flopping this tail through. So we're just going to make a nice opening. And I usually like to flip mine up. You can go up or down. Let's go ahead and do ours up. We're just going to stick the whole tail through the hole and then just keep going. That kind of just looks like a knot, doesn't it? And then once you get towards the end, just get a bobby pin ready. Looks kind of cute. I don't know that you're going to be able to see much because my hair is so dark and then the background's dark. What can I do about that? Another one that looks harder than it is the fishtail. And I promise you, if you can braid, you can fishtail. Fishtail is actually simpler than a braid, really. And again, until you get the hang of it, it's probably easier just to go ahead and put your hair in a ponytail. And we're going to do 2 sections. 2 equal sections. And all we're going to do is take a little bit from the far side of this piece and switch it over to this side. Then we're going to take the far side of this piece, so far left and far right. And we're just going to keep switching over each sides. So go ahead and with this, your pointer finger, find a little edge on the side to take over and move it to the other side. Now you can do little pieces or you can do bigger pieces, and it's going to give you a different look. The size of the piece that you want. It's really hot in this room, so I have this fan going. It's blowing my hair all over the place. And that's literally all you're doing. It's taking little pieces from this far right, switch it to the left, then take the far left and switch it to the right. Far right, switch it to the left, far left, switch it to the right. It is a little bit more time consuming than a regular braid because you are taking small pieces, but it's worth it in the end. It's super cute. Oh, I can feel sweat dripping down my forehead. This room is so hot. So I'm in the sunroom today. It's actually really overgrown with vegetation on the other side of this window. So not as much sun is getting in it as it could. But this is certainly one of the brighter parts of the house. I didn't realize that when I bought this house I was basically buying a cave. Or if I did realize, I thought that was cool at the time. But all the darkness does is make you want to sleep. And I just felt myself taking over a larger piece than I was. So you're going to definitely be able to see that when I'm done. You're going to be able to see some smaller pieces and some larger pieces. Which, unless you're trying to do a bang up job, that's completely fine. Definitely looks better than not doing anything to your hair. And when you're rushing, sometimes it's not going to be perfect, which is fine. Who wants to be perfect? Well, I mean, I guess everybody wants to be perfect, but really that's no fun. Life is about learning and growing, and if you're perfect, you have no room to improve. And what a boring life that would be. Alright, I can probably stop here. Could certainly go all the way down. Just want to give y'all an idea of what this looks like. I'll come closer here in a second. So not hard at all. And of course you can go all the way down for however long your hair is. Even if your hair is not this long, you could certainly use these. And if you do, why don't you send me a picture? I would love to see people doing stuff or trying stuff that they've never tried before. I didn't know how to do this for the longest time, and you just have to practice a couple of times and then you're good. Another one that I do a lot to get my hair off my neck is just your regular old run-of-the-mill Topsy, which was the little doohickey people this company was selling to help you do something that you can do with your hands. It did make it easier, but it's just not necessary. And it's just a little piece of plastic, and I think they were charging like 10 bucks for it or something ridiculous at that time. Pretty much doing all these hairstyles on the side of my head so you can see them. And I do usually wear them on the side of my head, but you can also do it in the back. And basically the topsy-turvy is just making a hole down the center. Let's see. Try to find the center. And then just loosen up your ponytail so you can get a good hole. And then just try to remember where your hole is. And just flip your ponytail through. Shove it in there. Bring it out the bottom. Now that you've gone through once, it'll be easier to go through more. I even want to twist it a little bit to keep all your hair together. Now I'm getting what I'm throwing down here. Just keep shoving the tail through the hole. So the hair is gone. Now you can pin this down so it'll last all day. Gotten many compliments on this before, and this is the messier version. Of course, you can always put gel or shaping lotion to make it a little sleeker, and of course pin it down if you don't want that to happen. I just tucked mine in. My bangs are doing funny things because there's no product in them. Okay, now also you can do the same thing in different ways. You can braid it first and it'll look cool. You can do multiple braids. You can do that rope braid. You can do the fishtail, and then just do the same thing I did for the Topsy tail again. So let's do one with a braid. Should just give it a little bit of a different look. And then you can even do it with multiple braids so it's even more woven. And just keeps it off your neck. And if you have really long hair like I do, just putting it in a regular bun can really break your hair. Like I have so many broken hairs right at the part where the ponytail is in there, simply because of the weight. So when you put it in a bun and you place even more weight on top of that area, all the hairs around the ponytail will start breaking off. This is not heavy. It's not all pulling on one area. It's spread out enough, and just the way that it sits is very light. It's not just like this big ball of hair just weighing down. so you're not going to get a ponytail headache or a bun headache. I think I want to try one higher up. Why not, right? Go ahead and loosen it. And then put it on through. Okay, I just did a higher ponytail on this one. Oh, I'm still sweating. Ugh. And did the exact same thing, just flip it through the part that you made, just flip it through. I just didn't keep going, I left some down. Looks like I curled these, but I didn't. It's just from my hair being in a ponytail, excuse me, in a bun yesterday. Just curled them up a little bit on their own. I'll have to see when I edit how that actually looks. The very loose style, your hair is not going to break off because it's so tight and heavy, which is why I love doing it. Just, it barely, I mean, it feels like I chopped all my hair off, which is great. Well, I hope that was helpful. I do have a few more ideas, but I can break that up into another video, or if there's something that you've been struggling with that you would like me to try out, please let me know. Also, I have had a request from Lena to do some sock bun tutorials, and so I might invite her over to do that, and we can try a couple of different things. And the people who know me personally know that I do some really crazy things with my hair, and I have tried and it did fail because I tried something new, so it will come, I promise. It just is going to take some extra time and dedication that I don't have at the moment. But if there are some other hairstyles that you've seen around that you're curious about and you want me to give it a shot, I will certainly try and see what happens, and hopefully I can explain that in a way that is helpful. I really appreciate y'all's requests. You guys are the ones that keep me going and make me feel like I'm important and that I'm needed. And so if you have a request, send me a message on Facebook, or you can comment on this video below. Some people told me they didn't know how to do that. All you have to do is scroll down past all the recommended videos while mine is playing, and at the very, very bottom it'll say post a public comment, and I will be checking them. I've been really bad at doing that because for a while nobody was posting, and then when people did, I didn't see it until way late, and so I will keep my eyes peeled. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Love you guys. Bye.